Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a PlanetSide 2 video. So it's been a while since we've actually put any PlanetSide 2 content out there. I guess it's been it's sort of down to a couple of reasons, which I'm going to kind of go into. And this is kind of, it leads me nicely into a video where we can talk about the state of PlanetSide 2. You know, where do you think the game is at now? And, you know, how does the game feel currently? So, I think, to start off with, I think I'll explain a little bit about my personal situation. So, I played PlanetSide 2 a hell of a lot. Launch week, oh my god, I was all over it like a goddamn rash. Loads and loads of hours. The week after, you know, I still played it quite a lot. Week after that, yeah, okay. Week after that, yeah, sort of. I mean, now we're around about 6 weeks after launch, and the last time I logged into PlanetSide 2 was, in fact, this morning, which is when I've captured this footage for the video. It's been that long, and it's like, why? Why is that the case? Well, I think it's the inevitable. I've probably burnt out a little bit because I played the game so much. Now, this is kind of a character flaw with myself. I tend to play a game really intensively, put it down, move on to the next one, and eventually I'll find my way back round to it. But I'm not too sure whether that is entirely the case with PlanetSide 2. I think it's obviously a factor. You know, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been playing the game as much recently. I think the biggest issue is probably the metagame and in its impact, its direct impact on the way the unit loss platoon is run. This is not a massive platoon. This is not like, you know, a high-end platoon. This is a platoon, an outfit, sorry, which can put together a platoon of around about 3 groups, 2 groups maybe, well, 2 squads. So, you know, we very rarely get a full platoon together. So we can't necessarily take part in direct actions on the larger bases. So the biolabs, the tech plants, the amp stations, which is where currently all of the fighting is focused around. Now, what we want to do is go and capture smaller bases and take territory, aerial drops, you know, tank columns, stuff like that, so we can get out and really conquer the map for our empire, because we're sort of ideal for that, a rapid response platoon from the unit lost outfit. That's kind of what we always wanted. The problem is, you don't get any reward for that, so sure, it's great and it's a spectacle doing it, but when you have no resistance or very minimal resistance, because why the hell would people defend a base when, you know, there is no point? You're going to get no points. You may as well go to one of the biolabs, the tech plants, or the amp stations, because you know you're going to get a lot of XP and certs as a direct result of the kills you're going to pick up. So I think that kind of started to get a little bit off-putting, and apologies there for shooting that guy in the back of the head. He was in the way, yeah. In fact, I actually team killed quite a few people in this clip, which they were in the way. It was never intentional. Yeah, so like I think I got bored with that, with the style of gameplay available to us, because you either join a Zerg and don't necessarily get all that much done because of the sheer amount of players all over the place. We either go and capture bases and don't necessarily get any kind of reward for it, or no like incentive. I mean, it's not really about the rewards. It was more so to do with the challenge of it, because we would just roll up and capture the base, and that would be it. You know, there wouldn't be people waiting. We wouldn't have to launch an attack or hold the base. You know, very rarely that ever happens. So it's not to do with, oh, I'm not getting any rewards, oh my god, this is crap, because that's not what I'm getting at. So I think that was probably a big problem. And another thing I noticed, because of the type of players the unit loss outfit is primarily comprised of, are people who would have watched videos on YouTube, would have watched the content I put out on PlanetSide 2, and so joined our outfit. These are not people who are die-hard PlanetSide 2 fans. You know, they're not just going to play the game regardless. You know, I would class myself as a pretty die-hard fan. You know, I've made that many videos on the thing, and I enjoy playing the game. But most of the guys and girls were just literally, you know, it's free to play, so they've picked it up. Most of them left after the first 2 weeks. Again, there's a team kill. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen as well. I was jumping as if that would make it not happen. No, please don't die. But he did. Oh dear. So like these guys and girls lost interest, so moved away from the game. So that was a bit of a problem. And I noticed that we'd suddenly gone down from getting, you know, like 30 or 40 people in TeamSpeak to 10, 15, 10. You know, and it's kind of stabilised around that number now. So I think we've kind of found the core unit loss players, but still, That's obviously a bit of an issue. Now, like, why is that the issue? This is what I'm asking you guys, because I have a fairly powerful computer, so things like optimization issues, they don't affect me. And I could be a right bastard and go, well, why would I care anyway? Because I can run the game fine anyway. You know, you're seeing the footage I'm capturing here. Most of the settings are on high, and I'm capturing the footage. It's not really that much of an issue for me. But I know this is an issue for a lot of other people. So if you've had any problems with this, then comment below. You know, why have you had the problems? You know, I've heard people moaning, saying I can't connect, I can't run the game, it's too laggy, and all those kind of things, like related directly to optimization. And looking at some other stuff, we've got there are still a lot of bugs in the game. Not necessarily game-breakingly bad. I mean, at the moment there is one with the grenade launcher, which has been confirmed as being fixed, or has been fixed. It just hasn't been pushed out to live yet by one of the devs, where you cannot reload the ammunition for the grenade launcher from the engineer ammo pack box thing. So you have to change to your pistol and sit on it, and then it'll reload. But if you've got the actual gun with a underslung grenade launcher out, it doesn't work, and things like that. And it's a bit pissy. And what I would say to that is, okay, it may have been fixed and it may be coming out in whatever big patch they're bringing out in January. But why are they not hot fixing this stuff? These are like little things. They're not, they're not major bugs which are going to take a lot of work. Surely not. And then we've got things like, you'll see corpses dead, bouncing up and down. I actually have footage of this, and I should have probably kind of used this in the video. In fact, by the magic of video editing, you're watching it now. Good lord. So, this type of thing goes on, which is a bit it's not game breaking, but it's just irritating. If you remember my video I made ages and ages ago, will PlanetSide 2 fail? Of course it wouldn't, but what I was trying to highlight was all these little niggly problems, and it's still got these niggly problems. If a vehicle explodes, sometimes the debris just stays there, and it's spinning around, and it's well, that looks crazy. There was a scythe in the air. Well, what's that about? When you bring up the scope as well, I don't have footage of this. I did have, but I actually deleted it. But when you bring up the scope on your weapon, so I'm kind of doing now, sometimes it can bug out and it goes off to the side. It's almost as if you're falling, so you have to cycle through your weapons to try and bring it back. These are I am getting a bit pissy, highlighting all these problems, but they are problems and they do put people off. By the most die-hard of fans, you can kind of accept that sort of stuff. So I think at the moment, to wrap up my thoughts on the game, I really want to see them do something with the metagame. I want to see them give some sort of incentive for us to attack small bases and hold small bases, because I would really love to say, okay guys, we're going to do a unit lost outfit platoon operation, and we are going to stay at one single base the whole night and just see as long as we can hold it. That's it. It's just going to be a take and hold operation, where you don't get that at the moment. You just get, let's go to a meat grinder and die over and over again, but get loads of points, or capture bases that have no impact really on the entire war effort, because wherever the massive Zerg is, that's never really going to be defeated unless it's hit with another Zerg, which is a bit mad. Another kind of pissy issue we've got is the balance across maps, and what I tend to see happening is we have a situation where if Indar has been completely dominated by the TR players will join Indar, essentially attempting to spawn camp the other two factions. The other two factions will leave. And this is quite a good screenshot which you're looking at now, which completely shows this. So each empire is controlling one map, but this is crazy. So there are still a lot of our problems and issues, but I think I am looking forward to seeing where PlanetSide 2 goes this year. This is going to be the year of PlanetSide 2. PlanetSide 2 is still in beta, ain't it? It just is. You can't really argue with that. They're still changing the game, they're developing the game, and they still do seem to be doing active changes to the game, which is good. And long may that continue. But there are, as I've gone over, quite a few issues which sort of do need changing. So what I'm after, guys, is your opinion, your experience with PlanetSide 2. It's been 6 or so weeks now from launch. How have you found the game? If you were playing the game quite a lot, are you still playing the game now? Have you got bored of PlanetSide 2? If you have, why? What type of player are you? Are you solo, lone wolf? I think like just jumping onto the lone wolf aspect of it, I do like flying my mosquito, kind of what you're seeing now, and a lot of the time that is done lone wolf because you sort of do just gravitate to the larger fights and pick people off around the edge like you're watching me do now, which I don't mind doing. You know, I'll waste an hour or two doing that because that's fine. Do you do that? Is PlanetSide 2 a game you drop in and drop out? Do you feel like you need to play the game a lot to get anything out of it? When I look back at the Is It Pure I made on PlanetSide 2, the very detailed review, I made statements like, yeah, the game is not unfair. You know, you can't. It isn't pay to win. It's not, but you still do get some advantages from having certain weapons, like the rocket pods on the Mosquito are vastly superior than just having a cannon and the afterburner pods. You know, they are superior in every sense of the way. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Remember to comment below with your thoughts and such, because you know I like PlanetSide 2 and I want to keep some discussion going, and it's about time we had some sort of PlanetSide 2 content on the go. So make sure you subscribe to YouTube as well, guys. Follow me on Twitter, and that was an awesome manoeuvre, by the way. And I'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.